I grew up in back of the yards, a small, working-class community located in the southwest side of Chicago. My community has historically been characterized as a close-knit immigrant neighborhood ever since it was founded in 1865. Back then, back of the yard used to be part of the Union Stockyards, which, at the time, was the largest meatpacking center in the nation. It was even granted the esteemed title of Hog Butcher for the World by Chicago poet Carl Sandburg. The poor working conditions that were ever prevalent, the poor working conditions that the meatpackers in this community were subject to, served as inspiration for Upton Sinclair's book, The Jungle. And although much has changed in back of the yards since the time of the stockyards, many things remain quite the same. Immigrants continue to make up the majority of the people in back of the yards. And the residents of back of the yards continue to be subject to many of the poor working conditions that were ever prevalent throughout the meatpacking era. Having grown up in this neighborhood, I have come to recognize that many young people in disadvantaged communities across the city of Chicago find it difficult to achieve or even make any long-term goals, not because of their precarious financial standing, but because they lack the support and guidance to do so. Many of the people I grew up with have dropped out of school and joined gangs, not out of a desire to commit crime, but because of the lack of direction offered to youth in my neighborhood. Fortunately enough, I received the support many of my peers didn't, and acquired the guidance I needed to reach my goals. I was lucky enough to have grown up with two caring parents and two older sisters to look over me and serve as my role models to follow. I remember when my mom walked me to school on my first day of pre-K. My hair was combed and gelled to the side, and I had a fresh set of supplies that were bouncing about in my book bag with every step that I took. My mom walked me into class, kissed me on the cheek, and left me in the hands of my teachers. And I, like any overly attached child you can imagine, started crying as soon as she left the door. After my mom took the time to take these pictures, she came in and took the time to care for me and made sure everything was going well for me in my first day of pre-K. And I grew as a student and as a human being because of her support. As the third born of my family, I followed the footsteps my parents and older sisters left behind. Unlike many of my peers, I know what the future held for me, at least academically. I had two helpful parents who took the time to walk me through my homework, and two older sisters who made it easy to envision myself as a college student, and who offered advice as to which classes I should take, and even what I should wear. Although their recommendations for the second part were not always the best. When I enrolled in Jones College Prep during my freshman year of high school, I decided to become a tutor in order to serve as a role model and mentor many of my classmates and I would have loved to have when we were younger. I tutored at elementary schools all across my community, including the one which I attended. And I began to notice the positive impact I was having on the students I was tutoring. Initially, I didn't know what to expect as a tutor. I envisioned myself walking students through concepts such as multiplication and different vertices. Yet, I received so much more than just that. The students that I tutored came to know me as a friend, and someone who they could rely on. And like any good friend, I received my fair share of cheesy jokes, and even developed my own secret handshake with the students that I tutored. You could say I was the coolest guy in the room. I mean, I prayed to come a long way. After tutoring for a little over 2 years, I got an idea that seemed a little too simple to work. I was to invite other high school students to participate in this tutoring and mentoring initiative. So I went to my local high school and pitched this idea to school administrators. To my surprise, they loved it, and they were willing to put in extra time and effort to make this idea a reality. School administrators and counselors alike began to screen for other high-achieving high school students who would be willing and able to participate in this tutoring program. And after about 2 months of consistent back-and-forth communication, the tutoring program officially kicked off at my neighborhood high school. On our first day of tutoring, we had approximately 16 tutors and 20 grammar school students. We used an empty lunchroom as a substitute classroom, and things were going more or less as planned. The grammar school students were receiving free after-school tutoring performed by high-achieving high school students at the top 10% of the graduating class, and high school students were in return, receiving valuable service learning hours for work, as well as a valuable exposure to the field of education. Weeks passed, and more parents began to opt to get the children involved in after-school tutoring, and the amount of students in our program began to steadily grow. By the fourth week of the program, we had over 60 first to 8th grade students who are actively receiving after-school tutoring and mentoring conducted by people within a community. After a year of after-school tutoring, I saw the sky's the limit, yet the sky seemed rather close. Although I knew what I had to do in order for this program to continue to grow and expand across communities in the city of Chicago, I'm only one person with limited time and energy. If I wanted this program to continue to expand to communities around the city of Chicago, I had to reach out to others. So I contacted close friends of mine who I knew would love to invest time and energy into their community, and as a team, we began to work on making Bridge Tutoring an organization that same summer. We call the program Bridge Tutoring in order to represent our mission in bridging the education gap across Chicago neighborhoods. The Bridge Tutoring team encountered many obstacles in growing this program, yet we did not let this limit us. As community members, we recognize that our hard work has a direct impact on the neighborhood, so we work with the intent of helping our neighbors in mind. With this mindset, we managed to successfully develop a logo for our organization with zero Photoshop experience. We also managed to create a website for our program from the basement of our own homes. As you can probably tell, we run on kind of a tight budget. We're currently working on our latest, most intimidating obstacle, filing for nonprofit paperwork in the wonderfully bureaucratic state of Illinois. As of today, approximately 2 school years after the Bridge Tutoring program's inception, we're proud to announce that we have over 200 students and 100 tutors who are actively participating in free after-school peer tutoring. Our tutors have invested an estimated 3,000 hours of service directly into the academic futures of young students in disadvantaged communities across the city. The Bridge Tutoring model, which reinforces the idea that a community program should be run by members of its community, has been successfully implemented across 4 Southside neighborhoods with the widespread support of its community members. Unlike many other organizations, Bridge Tutoring is run by people with an insider's view as to what the community needs. Community members recognize the obstacles which directly peg their community and confront them directly through action. I was fascinated to see how one idea, when pursued by a community, could develop into such a serviceable, dynamic organization in a matter of weeks. It is important to know, however, that I did nothing special. I'm no secret sauce in the equation for organization building. I merely came up with an idea that people across communities embrace. The Bridge Tutoring program grew to become a self-sustaining community organization, not because of my contributions, but because it is run by members of the community and for members of the community. Without this principle in place, this program wouldn't be where it is today. With this said, anybody, at any age, is capable of serving as a bridge for community progress. You don't have to come up with a revolutionary idea or the invention of the century in order to help those around you change for the better. All that is needed is the will to make a positive difference. Now, don't get me wrong, we don't need any more community members. We don't need any more saviors. We need more community members who understand the value and power of collaborating with others and setting a model for societal improvement. Individually, we are only one person, but collectively, we are billions. We don't have to encounter problems alone, because we are part of a community. And as community members, the power to make a difference lies in our hands. We cannot rely on others to become the difference and change we want to see. We need to instead take that first step and create our own bridges toward community progress. Thank you.